Hey guys, Tim here from Chasing Trails Outdoors with another episode. We're just out at the bear site right now. We're getting it ready. It's the beginning of August. Bear season starts September 2nd for our fall session. So right now it's an important time to start getting the bait out there and getting the bears used to coming in for food. As you see here, I've just set the cell link back up. Signal's not that great here, but even on my cell phone I'm only getting like a couple of bars, but it's working. I've had it here before. I've got the Force SpyPoint Force 20 set up with it, with the cell link, and now I've got it all engaged. It's turned on. The site's right here. So now I'm just going to go ahead and down there, test it, make sure it's working before I leave here, and also get the bait in. So let's check it out. All right. So we got a few buckets of goodies here today for the bait site. I've got 2 buckets of popcorn, 1 bucket of wild apples. I've also got a few packs of old bacon bits here that I'm going to throw on as well. And inside one of these buckets is also a jar of mixed greases just collected over the last 6 months at the house. So as you see here, we got the bucket, and then we got another bucket right here. This barrel is just hanging there. We put a little stuff inside. There's a few holes in the bottom so you can kind of shake stuff out. And then this is just your typical barrel. And my phone's going off. And there we go. There's pictures. Apparently I got a night shot. So the camera is right here to my left. And it's overlooking the whole site. So what I want to see right now is I got both barrels fully. I got the edge of the tree here. So this is lined up perfectly. So let's get our baiting gloves on and let's get this baited. These I got at Home Hardware. You can get these at dollar stores too. They're just rubberized gloves. Great, they keep the scent of the bait off of anything else I touch. And if I gotta grab the logs that are covered in grease and stuff and not get my hands all dirty, so when I go driving or touching anything else, I'm not gonna get that stuff covered in bait. That is actually really important for anybody who's new to setting up bait sites for bears. It's really important when you're handling bait that it's the last thing you do. Handle your cameras, your stands, anything else you gotta do that before you touch the bait site. The reason why is even with the gloves on, there's a good chance I may get something on the hands that'll attract the smell. Now if I get that on the camera, if I get that on the stand, you know, that's going to attract the bears away from the barrel and over to that and lose a camera, destroy a stand, or find a bear in your stand after. So let's get this done. So there is our popcorn and oil. Normally I put the logs in the barrel. That's to make it so it's a little harder to get to get a fight for the food. There's nothing in here right now other than some, I had some a buck jam or something I threw in here a few weeks ago just to give a little something to keep them around. There's one bear that did come around, so. Still a little buck jam left in there. Now what's really great about the popcorn is it's really cheap to make. You know, you can go to Costco and get a big jug of it for like $9, and that'll make probably 4 bags of, you know, 4, not a full garbage size, but maybe like a 50-liter garbage bag. That'll make like 4 or 5 of those worth of popcorn, which if you're baiting regularly, you only need to put 1 in at a time, so you can do like 2, maybe 3 a week. So if you're talking $10 a week, it's you know, $80 over 2 months that we have the bear season for. And then you just top it off with anything else you want to. I'm gonna put a little popcorn on the ground too, just to help with smell. Gives them something to dig in for. There, so I got about almost a quarter of that barrel filled up with popcorn right now, and I'm going to top it off with some apples that I've got. So these are just some wild apples that I got picked up from the neighborhood. You can really get the strong apple smell. All right, so there we go. So I got a few apples on the ground, a few apples in here. I've got popcorn in here, popcorn on the ground. So the next idea here is I gotta get the logs back in, stick them in so it's hard to get to, and then dump oil all over the logs, and then maybe the top of the barrel. And the idea is the oil gets on the bear's paw, and that they track out into the woods. And that in turn brings the bears in. Okay, here's my little concoction. This is nasty, nasty, nasty. It's just a pickle jar. That's got pork fat, grease from bear burgers. This has got a little bit of everything. And that's it. Now this will attract a bear in. I got the camera to send me signal. It's gonna let me know when something's here. You know, last year I was doing a bear site, not too far from this one, but I was doing a bear site and my deer site. And I said, wow, this is a lot of running around. Next year, I don't want to be doing this because it also takes away time from Tyson too when I'm doing this if he's not with me. Or if I've got to do it, we're not maybe doing something he finds as fun, although he does enjoy coming out. But, so this year now I've got 3 sites. I don't know how the heck I ended up going forward instead of, or going backwards instead of forwards. I wanted to reduce down to just maybe the deer site, but now I got the fall bear, I got my main deer site, and I've got my second deer site with Mark Fort and the guys over on some acreages out in Havelock, New Brunswick. So it's yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season. So we're going for, this is what we can hunt this fall. Got the fall bear, deer season, and because I do archery, I've got a few weeks in the beginning of October that is archery only, and then we go into rifle deer, which still only 1 tag unless I get a doe tag, then I can shoot either one. If not, it's just buck only. Then after that we got small game, moving into coyote and varmint. So a little bit of rabbit in there too. So it'll be hopefully we're going to see some action this year. I haven't seen much for small game in the last couple of years, but we'll see what happens this year. So it's time to just clean up and move on out of here. Well guys, that is it for the bear site. So let's take a run over to my closer deer site, which is closer here to Moncton. Let's go over and check that out, and I'll show you what I got going on there right now. So here we are, guys, at the deer site, and this camera got moved. It used to be at a certain angle. Wasn't getting images for a few days, came back, saw that it's now changed angle. So I'm just going to readjust it. We're going to check the photos on it, and then also we're going to bait up the deer site and get out of here. Alright, so let's make sure we got this lined up properly. Lining it up, I got it lined up. Shooting right here. Need to turn it a bit more that way, I think. So I got it moved over so it'll come over this way a little bit more. So now I'm just going to stand here where we just took a picture. I should get that picture in a couple minutes, and then I'll know exactly where I'm lined up. get some of these apples put out. I don't really want to put them on the trail. I could put them down over here. Need to clear out some of this brush first. Harvesting a deer versus just shooting them. Alright, so that's this deer site. Now as I'm heading out, let's take you over to the deer site from last year that we moved around a little bit. Let's go take a look at that one. Goddamn porcupine kill got me. Damn, it hurt. Nothing on the pictures. Nothing that didn't send. It's all sent everything to me. And there's nothing on it. And it's just right where the camera is right now is where the camera's pointing. Just right there at the thing, at the Antler Cranes Minerals section. It's not looking over the whole area. So I'm going to lower the camera and stick it further in. So like this, it's lined up perfect. Let's get our antler cranes put out. This mixed in really, really well. Whatever was digging here the other night, I think it was a raccoon, they really dug up the ground. It's nice and soft, so it's going to mix in really well. It's going to saturate that ground and hopefully keep bringing them in. So guys, that is it for my mineral site. So you've seen my other deer site out in Havelock, you've seen my bear site, and now you've seen my second deer site. So this coming this coming fall, you're going to see us hunting bear at the bear site. Honestly, I could do it at my other deer site too, because I've got bears coming in there too. But you got me hunting bear And then we've got our 2 deer sites that we're going to be hunting as well. So we're looking for a lot of action this fall. Can't wait to see it. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode and a quick tour of the sites. We'll talk to you guys later.